Testing, testing, testing.
if everyone, can you hear me? Is it working? Okay. If everyone would like to take your seats, we're about to begin our work session meeting. It is 6:30. We're going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. Ed, you're up for your Municipal Services Committee.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Our first thing is an economic development report. Alicia?
Is this on? Good evening, Mayor, City Council. And I do apologize, we have some technical difficulties on our Facebook Live, but I have uploaded all this content onto our website, but you guys will see a presentation here tonight. So let's go ahead and get started on the Economic Impact Report. Pushing buttons. Oh, dang. Sorry, guys. All right, so to cover business licenses, we've already had a pretty successful year. We've already had year to date, and let me remind you, we have gotten this report moved a couple of months because of a heavy load on the schedule. So this is the Economic Impact Report from January to June. And so we've already had 100 business licenses from January to June with the city. That is a substantial increase from what we had in the past. And you'll see that they are broken down by which month, and then also by what type of business, and if they're changing ownership or location. Sorry. We've had a lot of new businesses that have come to town. So here's a list of some of those new businesses that have been in the area. Some of these are new ground up businesses, and some are actually locating into existing. As you can see, this is a pretty good stretch from around the entire Cabot area. All the way from the south side that we see that new growth of what's coming into that area, downtown in our corridor, and even some businesses that are popping up in the Greystone area. So it's a pretty good peppering all the way throughout the entire city of a diversity of commercial businesses. The real estate that has been sold year to date is over $6.5 million. That is, if just as a point of reminder, the entire year last year we did about $18 million in total sales of commercial property that's being sold. This information does come from the Pulaski County Assessor's Office. Commercial permits, we had 42. I'm sorry, that's a misprint. That's January through June of 2024. I apologize. There's about 42 that have come through this year so far. And those are finish outs, new, and remodels. And one of the things that I think is really important to take a look at is the city sales tax that's been collected. If you'll flip over to that back page. This spreadsheet does kind of break down every month of what we're looking at. And one of the most substantial things that we're looking at our sales tax revenues is just our increase of percentage from 2023 to 2024 of the same time. So you'll see that in electronics, we're up 5%. Building materials, we're up 14.8%. In other general, we're up 3.8%. Full service restaurant with bar is 10.9%. Restaurants with no bar is 3.2%. We did take a small dip in limited service eating places, and those are things like a counter service, or those specialty tea places. So we did have a small dip there. But then our specialty food services, those are our food trucks. We did see a substantial increase, 16.84%. Our grocery stores have a 25.91% increase over the same time last year. And the big one on the marker is at 67.35%, our tourism, our traveler and accommodations. And that is directly related to the 2 new hotels that we just opened in the Cabot area. So again, in 2021, this council passed a resolution for the Economic Incentive Program, and this has been such a unique program throughout the entire state. We still have a lot of cities who contact us wanting to get more information about how we're doing that. And while we do incentivize larger businesses, I want to remind this council and the residents and other businesses in the area that we do incentivize those micro grants. And those are just as important and impactful to our community. So this year so far, we've actually already submitted and approved a Blaze Fitness, Arkansas Refresh Wellness, Boone Mortgage and Lending, Hidden Willow, Olive Garden, Sage Tea and Treats, Shali's Day Spa, and the Hive Spa and Wellness. And these are either sign improvements, or they've done renovations, or they've done a relocation and have a new business and they needed that extra help. And we have 2 pending projects, the Coffee Shop by Curly Willow and On Deck Cages. There still are funds and there still are some openings in that program. So if there's any businesses that are looking at that micro grant, we absolutely encourage them to submit.